Good afternoon and welcome to Tuesday's edition of News Center 15. I'm Lucy Wells.
And I'm Trey Farley.
Topping our news this afternoon, officials say a gunman has been taken into custody after firing shots in the U.S. Capitol building. Visitors and staff were shut inside on lockdown during the event. Armed police blocked off nearby streets, which were filled with curious tourists. The mayor of Youngstown and the former Mahoning County auditor have each been sentenced to 1 year of probation after taking a corruption plea deal last month. They were indicted in May 2014 on charges that include conspiracy, bribery, and perjury. Authorities say the pair were attempting to stop county offices from being moved from a building owner by a wealthy developer to one owned by the county. The misdemeanor conviction doesn't officially disqualify McNally from serving as mayor. A Parkersburg woman was charged yesterday for drug possession and child neglect. Back in January of 2015, police investigated Keisha Sawyer's home on Lynn Street after reports of suspicious drug activity. When investigators searched the home, they found crack, heroin, meth, and prescription pills. 3 children, ages 4, 6, and 15, were home at the time. Sawyers pleaded guilty to the charges, and as part of her plea deal, she will spend 3 years on probation. Southwood Park in South Parkersburg will be getting a facelift. A jungle gym, rock wall, and better lighting are just a few items on the list of improvements, and the development team is excited for the challenge. Several years ago, the city of Parkersburg applied for a land and water conservation grant from the state of West Virginia and received $53,000. City Labor has matched that amount received from the grant to help fund the project. The park will start construction in April, but for now, officials are still working on plans to make the project more cost-effective and safe for all to enjoy.
What do you have for us today, Lucy?
That's right, guys. The New Orleans Saints veterans Drew Brees and Zach Strief expressed concerns on Monday that the growing mistrust in the NFL league office has spilled over from the players to the fans and is hurting the league's popularity. And finally, our Marietta College football team was able to secure its first win over Capital in over 10 years. The Pioneer offense was led by familiar faces Roger Walker, who rushed for 100 yards in his 6th straight game, and Darian Fields, who accounted for almost 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. But it was the defense that saved the game by stopping the Crusaders on 4th down on a pass into the end zone. The Pioneers will finish the season this Saturday at Otterbein. Cinderella was a hit, and there's a lot of buzz around the upcoming Beauty and the Beast. Now another Disney princess is making the leap from animation to live action. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Disney has a musical live-action version of Snow White in the works. The 1937 original is considered one of the most successful animated films of all time. The new take will expand on the story and the music. And Idris Elba wants everyone to know he's not sleeping with Madonna. The actor made his pro kickboxing debut in London recently for a TV reality show, and Madonna was ringside, capturing the action for an Instagram video. The pair hung out afterwards, leading a British tabloid to conclude that they were an item. Elba responded on Twitter with a denial and a Public Enemy quote, "Don't believe the hype." With your Hollywood Minute, I'm Lucy Wells.
Here with the first look at the weather is Lucy Wells.
Those high-pressure systems will be bringing some sunny weather up to Ohio, and it looks like most of the low-pressure systems are either in the northern or the southern part of our country. So if I had to predict, we'll be seeing some clear skies ahead. On our temperature map, you can see that we're experiencing temperatures in the 50s and 60s this week. Outside with our current conditions, we have some beautiful sunny skies for you today. It feels like 60 out there right now, high of 53, low of 44, but that sun is really beating down on us. We got 66% humidity, no precipitation, and our barometer is sitting pretty at 30 inches of mercury. So I'll have an update on our extended weather forecast a little bit later. You can see what your weather is going to look like for Thanksgiving next week. So for now, back to you guys at the desk.